Hello and welcome to another lunchtime chat. It's a beautiful day here in Humboldt, and just gonna have some lunch here. A little bit of a sad lunch, being Friday. I got some avocado and tomato. That's healthy, but the rest of it's just kind of thrown in there. A couple cans of stuff, thrown together Friday lunch. So anyway, I'll get to that later. But just wanted to talk about what's going on in the world, how things are speeding up, how things are changing, and how it's just such a rapid change that we're seeing. And yeah, there's a lot to talk about here. Kind of ties back in with what we were talking about on the last chat about the book of Revelation. And depending on what perspective you come from, there's a couple of different ways to look at what's happening in the world. Well, there's a lot of different ways to look at it, but a couple of main perspectives, I guess. One would be like the Christian perspective, my perspective, looking at it, as a prophetic clock, looking at the signs, saying we're going into the time where Christ's return is imminent, and we're going to see all those prophetic things happening. A lot of them, some of them have happened, and a lot of them are going to be happening quite soon, I think. And so that, of course, is the Christian perspective. And then you also have the humanistic, or the atheistic in a way, perspective, which just says, humans are progressing, and perhaps some would think that we are at the apex, or the top of our game with technology and everything. Even looking at things like the possibility of eternal life, I've heard, which is wild. A human being able to basically live forever through technology. There is talks about that, serious talks. There's actually, I believe it was Kushner. I might have this wrong, but anyway, I did see a video recently about somebody saying basically they're taking care of their health because they believe that they will at some point be able to be into a body and live eternally somehow through technology. Anyway, I don't want to get too deep into that, but that's just part of what we're talking about. And yeah, there's a lot to go over here. So the bottom line is that the world is changing, and it's changing very fast, and it's kind of like a ready or not thing. It doesn't matter if we like it or not. These changes are coming, and they talk about, oh, let's regulate AI, let's do these things, but as fast as AI is coming, I don't think any of that's going to happen. I think it's just coming in. Nothing, that it's just going to change. It's just going to change. I mean, for example, there's already like self-driving taxis, things like that. And I was down in San Francisco not that long ago, and there was some self-driving taxis driving around. They got a little thing on the top, and they're censoring and doing everything, and they're just driving in and out of traffic in the city, picking people up. And I was kind of half tempted just to get in one. I kind of wanted to see what it would be like, but at the same time, I thought it was a little eerie. But anyway, so that's already happening. It's something we're seeing. But that's my point, is that we're going to see this more and more, where these concepts, or these things that we've been hearing about for a long time, are actually going to come into our daily lives. And I think some of the first places we're going to start seeing them is in workers, replacing workers, like in, say, fast food or factories, or those type of workers. Anything where it's a repeatable process. I think those type of jobs will start to get annihilated soon, very quickly, with actual robots doing those. I mean, it's a business thing, I mean, you could get a robot to do something that a human can do, and completely take over that job. yes, your initial cost on that robot might be a fair amount, but if that robot could work hours and hours and hours with no pay, never complains, it's this is capitalism. Businesses are gonna start hiring, start buying these robots in mass very soon. I'm sure there already are some. I try to keep on top of these things. I watch YouTube and stuff because I just like to know what's going on and how much is going on. And another big thing, of course, that um, some people actually don't really know about this. It's just kind of surprising. Uh, Neuralink, the thing that Elon Musk does, which is a wild thing that takes a computer chip and inserts it into people's brains and actually somehow links you kind of into the system somehow. Um, Now to me, that's some of the scariest tech. That's the wildest, scariest technology. Created some sort of a hybrid human. I did. There's just been a few. There's a little bit on it. There's a guy who got it that was in a wheelchair and stuff, and he was showing on the little video how he could move the mouse around and stuff with his mind because he's paralyzed, so he could move stuff on the computer. I think he could even type. Maybe it was without moving anything. It was just all in his mind, linking his mind to that computer. I mean, this is stuff that we would have said, or I would have said even 5 years ago. Oh, that's just crazy speculation. That's just wild stuff that it's not really going to happen. That's sci-fi stuff. But here we are, and we are seeing sci-fi type stuff come into reality, and not just come into reality like a little bit. It's coming into reality in a rapid way, and I think that's the difference between what's happening now and say like the big change, the industrial revolution, and the machines and the cars and all of that. That was a huge change in human history, and it made a big impact, obviously. But AI is next level because yes, it's machinery, yes, it's all that type of stuff, but along with it comes all this collective intelligence through a database powering all this stuff. And so it's just like the implications and the possibilities are endless, um, both for good and for evil. That's the problem. I mean, it is capable of great good, but it's also capable of massive evil. And that's the great fear, I think. And just kind of knowing the human tendencies, and it doesn't take very many humans with bad intentions to have that kind of power before things are a big mess. That's for sure. So anyway, I mean, these are some of my thoughts. You guys can pitch in on what you think the future's going to look like, even in the next 2 or 3 years. Just say the next 4 years. I mean, obviously, one of the big problems I see, massive problem, is the job losses that are coming. You're talking about millions of jobs being replaced by AI at a rapid rate. That's going to create some huge economic waves and some huge economic issues. Now, out here, this type of job or maybe like a plumber or something like that that's really specialized, yeah, it's probably a long time before they get to jobs like this, or electrician or anything like that. But just the easy repeatable jobs, there's millions of those, and those are going to get wiped out extremely fast. And you know and then maybe someday, who knows, they might just take a timber faller and throw him on a gurney and put a probe in his head and download the information, and all of a sudden you got a AI popping up and out here with a chainsaw that's the most capable timber faller you've ever seen in your life, and works from, you know, doesn't even stop at dark. When dark comes, it just turns its headlights on and just keeps on it going. Never know. I mean, it that could happen at some point, but yeah, I mean, I would think by the time they get that far advanced, I'd be retired. But I mean, I could sit here and joke about it, but I think it's you know, I think we're definitely heading into a very, very strange world. And like I say, I think it's fulfilling biblical prophecy. And a person would do very well to be reading their Bible and studying these things out. And ultimately, I think it comes down to two things in the end. I think it comes down to whether a person's going to put their faith in the promises of God and of Jesus Christ, who offers eternal life, or if they're going to make another choice and put their faith in this system and all the technology and all the things we have, and this, you know, this grand utopia that they see being built, and you know, try to get eternal life essentially another way, which is pretty scary. And there's only one way to have eternal life, and that's to put your faith in Jesus Christ. There is no other way. I believe that 1,000%, and I'll never condone or um, you know, just I'll never condone any other way or thought process that tries to, you know, that tries to promote man or humankind promoting themselves or giving themselves eternal life, basically trying to be gods. I mean, that's the oldest lie in the book. I mean, that's from the Garden of Eden right there. You know, that, and that's something that we have. We have an ego. We have a desire to be like God, and so that leads to very, very bad things. The Bible tells us this, and I would hate to just disregard all that and say, never mind, I forget that. I'll just do it. I'll just go with the movement and put my faith in technology and human innovation. And I just don't think that's going to end well for. Well, I know it's not going to end well for a person. So anyway, leave your thoughts, comments, and yeah, thanks for watching. God bless you guys. Catch you on the next one.